Hello, you can come on in. Oh my goodness. How did that happen? You were being chased by one of the scare actors? Oh my gosh, do you know which one? I need to make a note of this because this is not the first time that I've told them stop chasing people when they're running away. We've had about 4, maybe 5 people in the past couple days with injuries just like this. Very similar, a little bit different, it's usually like the knee or something. But which one did this, do you know? The scarecrow again. Let me make another complaint. Sorry, give me just a second. Okay, let me go ahead and get these gloves on and then we'll take a look. Now, is it just your one hand that's cut and bleeding like that? Yeah, the other one, let me see. Oh, you got a little bit of scrapes there, okay. You fall on the concrete? Oh, you poor thing. Okay, let me take a look and go ahead and peel that off. Ooh, okay. Okay. Let me see, where is... We're gonna irrigate this. Okay, so I'm gonna open this syringe right here. And we are going to just use some sterile water to irrigate and clean off any of that residual blood, and that way I can see what's going on here. So let me see. There's no needle on this. It's just going to put out the solution. Just go ahead and put your hand out. Here we go. Okay. Okay. I can see it a little bit better. Let me go ahead and get out a gauze pad. This is going to be one that's not going to stick to you. I know if you put it against your skin and there's dried blood, it can stick and be painful. But I assure you, this one's not going to be painful. I'm just going to fold it up like this. And let me see, I'm just going to very lightly tap. Okay. Now, can you tell me what your pain is on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being the least amount of pain and 10 being the most. Where is your pain right now? Okay. So we're going to go with another round of the saline rinse. Here we go. Good job. And then we're going to do a little bit more just to see if this can help stop the bleeding at all, because there's still some blood. So here we go. Good. Okay. And I'm going to take this gauze again and tap. Okay. We're going to resort to something else really quickly here. And we're going to spray some hydrogen peroxide solution on that. You might feel a tad bit of bubbling and fizzing. It should not burn, but if you do feel the need to put your other hand on your wrist right now just to kind of brace it, you can do that. Let's go ahead and spray. And see how it's all fizzing up like that. Go ahead and just raise your hand up like this for me and just keep it up. I'll get you some gauze right here for your wrist. Kind of dot any of that moisture off. Okay, I'm going to use my light to go ahead and take a look. Get a better look here. And I'm going to apply just a bit of pressure. Okay. I think you might be able to get away with not getting sutures. You have a little bit of not quite a J shape, but a little bit of a slant laceration. probably from like the edge of the concrete or just the force of you falling onto it could have just split your skin a bit. I think if we rinse it really, really well and go ahead and apply, basically it is like a sticky pad that we'll put on one side and pull to the other to connect your skin back together, and then adhere that to the other side. It's kind of just like little glue stitches pretty much. And then that way, at least in the next 24 hours, your skin will hopefully start healing from the inside out, of course, as we know the skin does. But that way we won't have that excessive residual bleeding if we at least can get it closed. I would recommend that. If you're not entirely happy with that solution, I am qualified to administer local anesthetic and go ahead and suture it for you. But if we don't have to, and you want to try something less invasive at first, I would recommend option 1. I also want to rinse out the brush burn on the other hand. Let's just get that rinsed out and we'll put a band-aid on it. Keep it nice and clean because it still is an open wound on the skin. Though it may be much less significant, we want to take care of it just as well. So let me go ahead and clean out the brush burn. Go ahead and just move your hand over here, the other one. Perfect. We're going to do the same thing, just a little bit of solution and clean out that brush burn. Here we go. Okay, and let me just get a tad bit more to make sure that it's extra clean. One more round. Okay, good. Now what I'm going to do, pardon my reach here, I'm going to apply a triple antibiotic with one of these, and I'm just going to apply that right underneath where we're putting your band-aid, so it should not leak or come out or anything. It should be totally fine. I'm just going to get some of that just like this. Here we go. Put that right all over this brush burn. Not too bad right here. Just a slight bit right in the bit, like the middle of your palm. Good. And where did I put that band-aid? Here it is. I think one will do the trick, but you let me know. And if you want me to add another one, I will. Okay. Here we go. Perfect. And let me just tap that on a little bit more tight. Okay. How does that hand feel? Is that covering enough for you, or do you want a second one? That one's good? Okay. So now what I'd like to do is go back to focusing on your other hand. I'd say let's give it about 3 more rinses, and then we'll go ahead and start putting on some triple antibiotic and using that material that will pull your skin together. So let's do the first rinse. Here we go. Okay. And about 2 more. You still feeling okay? Yes, perfect. Okay. And 1 more, and then we will dry you off really well. Seems like the bleeding has subsided. Let's go ahead and get some new gauze. And we'll also fold this one in half. And I'm just going to tap, 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 tap. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of pressure. Perfect. That's just how we want it to look. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a thin layer of the triple antibiotic, just ever so gently. Okay. And I'm going to get that material now. You're going to hear how sticky it is. Ready? Very sticky. Okay, and it's going to be like this. Okay, now I'm going to put this on one side of your scrape here. Bear with me while I try to pull it over a bit. And a little bit of pressure while I secure it. Sorry, it's hard to get it off myself sometimes. There we go. Get that nice and secure. Okay, now what I'm going to do, that's going to hold, but I'm going to put one more piece on top of it just to make sure that it's totally covered, that it's not going anywhere and not moving. Okay, here we go. Put that right on top. Okay, now when you touch it, does that feel pretty sore, or does it feel like there's enough cushion there? Feels cushioned? Okay. Can I do what? Add a piece of that onto the Band-Aid one? Yes, of course. Give me just a second to get a piece. Yeah, no worries. That will make sure the Band-Aid definitely stays on. Okay. Go ahead and just put that hand out for me. Perfect. Give it just a second here. Let me detach myself. Come on. There we go. Okay, how does that feel? Do the both of them combined feel nice and sturdy and tight against your skin? No airflow going through or anything? Okay, now you're going to want to monitor that very closely. Keep that bandage on at least 12 hours now. Tomorrow morning you can check. Be very gentle when removing it. You're not just going to rip it off because you can pull off any blood clots and scabbing that has started. You can dampen it to gently peel it off. Take a look if you are noticing the skin is back splitting open and dripping blood, which hopefully not. Then I would advise that you go to either urgent care or the closest ED. Okay. Besides that, pretty much just take care of it as if it's a really bad cut, because that's exactly what it is. Your other hand I'm not too worried about. I think that'll heal up totally fine for you. Be cautious. Just be alert. Make sure if you're noticing any changes, redness, leakage, anything like that, be seen by a consultant doctor, okay? Alright. Well, you take care. I hope you can still enjoy the rest of the haunted house. I'm so sorry this happened to you. But I will be having a word with Scarecrow yet again. This is the second, possibly the third complaint about them. So I'll be having a word. Again, so sorry. Hope you can enjoy the rest of your time. And if you need anything else while you're here, just come back and see me, okay? Alright. Bye.